Hi, guys.
Hi.
So, okay, I'm gonna explain, like, you know when you have that favorite ice cream or that favorite kind of meal, and you kind of pick it every time you go in the store, and then when you're like, man, I want to try something different, and then you pick something else, you're like, man, I'm gonna get my original, the same one I used to. Think about that, and I'm gonna start my spoken word, okay? Oh, yeah.
She can't hear you. She wants to.
Hello, testing. Okay. So, I fell in love. He told me I'm the apple of his eye, that his thoughts of me outnumber the grains of sand, that he has this amazing plan, a plan to prosper me and not to harm me, a plan to give me a future and a hope. Then I started doing what most girls do, and I was singing songs that only had his name in them. In fact, I changed every song so that it would have his name in it. SWV. I don't know what it is that Jesus done to me, but it's caused me to give up all I have. Alicia Keys, if I ain't got Jesus, I got nothing. I saw and thought of him everywhere I was. I spoke of him just because I was in love. A love so mighty, I didn't even need a human touch. He was everything and more. Then he proposed. Although he was good enough, I hated the idea of being tied up and the thought of all the things I had to give up. That I'd have to change the way I was living. Freely forgive and freely love my enemies. Not to mention, hold his last name, which is too high of a title to be kept. I'm erect and that name is too close to perfect. Oh, and I have to love everyone? Ew. I told him, let's just be friends. I'll spend time with you except on the weekends, that we'll hold hands but nothing past that. And because he is a gentleman, that's as far as he would go. The love feeling fled. I started feeling like I was a body with no head, and it wasn't long that the lowercase h's came around and told me I needed to be led. And because I no longer heard the plan or heard the thoughts that outnumbered the grains of sand, I accepted his offer. Nothing compared to my first love, but he was decent. He wasn't the deepest, rather the cheapest. Represented pride and jealousy, but in his actions, he was the weakest. All good, I can't go back anyway. Not after spitting on his offer. This is my choice. I didn't accept the proposal, so in a way I deserve to suffer. I'll do the good deed, serve and wait patiently until he speaks to me. I didn't show it, but I was craving for my first love to whisper to me ever so tenderly. How could I, when I totally spit on his offer? Now I'm in front of homeboy who's spending my time with is a little close to torture. I figured, I can shift this direction. I'll get his attention by serving in ministry after ministry and waiting my turn ever so patiently. I'll tithe my 10% and maybe he'll speak wildly to me like he used to. It got worse. I couldn't feel him hold my hand. My knees didn't get so SWV weak when someone would speak his name. Yahweh, Elohim, Messiah, Jesus, the great I am. These names no longer jolted me with love. It covered me in shame, and I didn't hear him say, follow me. Questions flooded my mind. Why didn't I take the proposal? Who do I think I am? Where do I even go from here? I took the whiteboard, and I started coming up with plan B's and strategies. I'll get rid of the lowercase h's, anything to get him back. I was stressed out. Then there was a knock on my door. And there he was, my first love. With flowers and a big smile, he said, here I am. He was such a gentleman. With all the wrong I've done to him, he asked me to dine with him. I wanted to get all dressed up, but he said, come as you are. The whiteboard was put away and all my questions turned into assurance, boldness, and confidence. I had to redeem myself, so I said to him, I try to get your attention, and did you see me doing the good works in the ministries? He replied, no. I see you when you're on your knees. Pass the bread, please. Jesus, a man who wants to have dinner with a sinner. Jesus, a man who holds nothing back from me or you. Jesus, a man who willingly gave his life so you could live. Jesus, a man who is king but humbled himself to serve. How could I have ever rejected this? So, to end, the dinner went really well. My last name's Christ. He proposed and I said, I do all the days of my life. After all, nothing beats your first love. And if like me you have strayed away, come, just as you are.